Thank you for tuning in to the Inside the Dam podcast. KMSU is proud to partner with Minot State University Athletics and bring an inside look to student athletes and coaches on campus. Inside the Dam is brought to you by Papa John's. Don't forget to check out their MSU special. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We will be right back with our next guest.
Welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast, brought to you by Papa John's. I am Logan Dean, and thanks for being here for another great show we have in store tonight. We have 3 athletes from the MSU athletic team, or not team, program. And with me today, I have Landyn. I don't know how you pronounce
Landyn Cochrane.
Landyn
Cochrane.
Landyn Cochrane. He's a senior for the men's hockey team and a grad student from Manitoba. He's a 2-time national champ. Played on the 2018 and 2019 title team and the current team that just got done. He has 49 career goals and 85 career assists. And he's number 2 all-time in assists behind one of his teammates, Davis Sheldon. Landyn, thank you for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So we'll just get right into our first question here. But first of all, congrats on your national championship win.
Appreciate it.
How does it feel to win it for the second time?
You know, my first time I got injured my opening game of the year at home, so it was great to win. You come in as a freshman thinking you win and you're going to win every year, it seems like, because you won your first year, and then I get playing, and 4 years later you find yourself in the finals, and you beat Adrian 1-0, and it just kind of hits you, and then it really hits you when you get back to Minot and you see all your fans, your parents, just walking down it's at the mall, and people are stopping me, congratulating me at a restaurant, and they're offering to buy your meal, and like, holy, didn't know you had all the support and just the coaching and just the guys' hard work paying off, because hockey season's, it's a long season. You get here in August and it doesn't end till, middle of March, end of March. So
yeah, well, that seems like a great experience to be a part of.
Yes, it's been just so grateful for it so far.
Did you have any nerves going into the championship game?
Wouldn't say nerves. Just kind of during the day you get kind of anxious because we play at 8 o'clock at night, and you wake up, you go for a walk, you go for lunch, and you're just like, okay, I'm ready to play. I don't want to sit in my hotel room for another 4 to 5 hours before I got to play, but not too many nerves. I kind of believed in the boys, and we all had a great feeling going in. But once you get on the ice, it kind of just, your kind of mind and body takes over, and you just do what you did your whole life.
I feel that for sure. You don't want to just be sitting around. You just want to play the game right away.
No, absolutely.
So how would you describe your season with the team?
Just one to remember. It's hard for any team only losing 3 games the whole year. Just even from the get-go, just coming into camp and seeing these new guys and us four fifth-year guys coming back, we just knew we had something special, and then it just feels so good that we can kind of prove it with the ACHA title, and something we'll have for the rest of our life. So I'll remember this season for sure as long as I live, and I'll remember all my seasons here, especially that 2018-19 season too as a freshman.
Oh yeah, that's awesome for sure. And to get away from hockey a little bit, what's your major, and how has your MSU campus life been for all the years you've been here?
Yeah, so I'm a physical education major, so it's been awesome. I haven't been on campus as much this year because I'm out in schools doing student teaching. So I've student taught at Jim Hill with Mike Anderson, and now I'm at Burlington Elementary School with Aaron Casper, and those two guys are just great mentors so far, and just my whole experience at Minot State's it's kind of my second home now, and it's hard to believe I'll be moving back to Canada in 2 months, and Minot will just be in the back view of the mirror. But no, I'll always have the memories and my time at Minot State as well.
That's awesome. So what were, speaking of coming here, to Minot from Manitoba, what were your first thoughts of Minot?
I kind of knew a little bit about Minot just from having past teammates coming down here and always kind of bugging me, texting me, saying, hey, you got to come play at Minot State. And I'd always say, yeah. And then time came, and I played my last year for the Minotauros for a couple months, and I moved down here, and I watched the Beavers and got to see my my old teammates a few times, and they kind of really got to me. And then, I chose to, when I was 20, to come down here, and it's been one of the better decisions I've made in my life.
That's good to hear. Glad you came here too.
Thank you.
What position do you think, like, in your opinion, is the hardest to play in hockey?
This might be the easy answer, but goalie, because I like to always, like, everyone always thinks they want to play goalie, and then even like we have this rec tournament this weekend, I'm sure some of our players will put on the goalie pads and they'll get in there and take 5 shots, and they'll be asking to get pulled already, or they'll be out of breath because they don't realize how hard it is actually.
It seems really hard, especially like tiring, putting on all that gear for sure.
Even just when some of these guys can shoot pretty hard and you're getting a 90-mile-an-hour slap shot at you, it's not always the most fun thing.
It's like taking a fastball.
Yeah.
Also, did you play any sports in high school other than just hockey?
Yeah, so in high school, I played varsity volleyball and varsity baseball too. So those were mainly, I grew up playing baseball, hockey, and volleyball for sure. Played some middle school basketball, but no, I never continued on with basketball after middle school.
When you were younger, did you always assume that hockey was going to be your sport, or did you think it was going to be either baseball too?
I know, growing up in Canada, I had 2 older brothers, and my dad and my sister all played. So when I was 5 years old, I'd be either at school, or I'd be at the hockey rink, or I'd be at home playing mini sticks or watching hockey videos on the TV. So I kind of always knew it was going to be hockey, and I've got very fortunate with my hockey career throughout my lifetime.
So you just knew it was a no-brainer, like you were going no matter what.
Yeah, my brothers they loved hockey, and I always played with them. So I can't remember a memory not loving hockey and wanting to play it.
That's awesome. Also, one last question for you. Have you faced any difficulties in your college career, like college hockey career?
I would say definitely coming in as a freshman, and I tore my ACL our home opener game, so that put me out for the whole year. And so I was
of this year?
No, my
your freshman year?
Yeah, so 18-19, I kind of injured the whole year and kind of just put a lot of work in to get back to 6-month recovery, so I didn't skate at all the whole year, and then winning just made that year so memorable for me too. And then just the work I put in the off-season, skating, driving to Brandon 2 hours just to skate on a weekday, and coming back and waking up to work on the farm the next day, and then coming in ready to play. And I got into a good role the rest of my 4 years. It's always been one of the top 6 forwards, which I can't complain about. Just been so fortunate, and it's been just a great ride. So
sounds like it. Well, that's all I have for you today, Landyn. Thanks for being here on the show with me.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. This was awesome.
So I'm Logan Dean. Back for our next guest, we will have Connor Navrot. He's also a senior hockey player for the men's team. And thank you for Papa John's for sponsoring this show.
Thank you for tuning in to the Inside the Dam podcast. KMSU is proud to partner with Minot State University Athletics and bring an inside look to student athletes and coaches on campus. Inside the Dam is brought to you by Papa John's. Don't forget to check out their MSU special. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We will be right back with our next guest. Thank you for tuning in to the Inside the Dam podcast. KMSU is proud to partner with Minot State University Athletics and bring an inside look to student athletes and coaches on campus. Inside the Dam is brought to you by Papa John's. Don't forget to check out their MSU special. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We will be right back with our next guest.
Hello, everyone. My name is Godwin Great. I am your second host for tonight's Inside the Dam podcast. Before I move forward, I would like to remind you guys that Papa John's is a proud sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. As an MSU student, you could get a large two-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. Now, without further ado, let us invite our next guest, Connor Navrot. Hi, Connor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I just want to say thank you for coming here. We appreciate you taking your time to be here today. So just a little bit about Connor, you guys. Connor is a MSU grad student. He plays in the senior men's hockey. He's from Warman, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you said it right. Yeah, Saskatchewan.
Okay, I feel proud now. Okay, I feel good about myself. Okay, he's a two-time national champion. He played in the 2018-2019 title team and 2022-2023 title team. He has played in 111 games in 5 years at Minor State University with 30 career goals and 40 career assists. Wow, that's a belt you got there. He's been named 3 times on the VP Academic Affairs Honor Roll. Wow, so you're doing well both in sport and academics.
Yeah, you did some research, eh? Oh.
Yeah. Well, Connor, how does it feel like to be a champion?
I mean, it feels pretty good. I'm blessed enough to be a champion twice. Some people go their whole sporting careers without even winning once, and just to have 2 championships under my belt within 5 years is pretty incredible. And right now, I don't think the motions have hit me fully yet, but it feels pretty good right now.
Yeah. It's. I feel like it was a big thing for us also, MSU students. I remember the nights at the Beaver Dam. We had a whole bunch of people there. It's the students, faculty, and staff. Everyone was watching. What is gonna happen. And what is gonna happen. And we were really proud that you guys did well. You guys did awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Moving on. So the name Saskatchewan, is that like a French name or something?
I don't know if it's French.
Okay.
I think it's just a bunch of gibberish thrown in together because I don't know who came up with Saskatchewan, but that's a pretty wild name if you ask me. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it took some time getting used to too. So you're from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you speak French also? Or?
No.
No, you don't.
I think that's basically more Eastern Canada, in the Quebec area. Like that, but they do teach you French in elementary school growing up, so I know I can count to 10 maybe. I'm not going to do it now. But
yeah,
that's the most French I know.
Cool. So what are you majoring in, Connor?
My master's is sports management.
Sports management. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So how do you balance school and sports? Because obviously you're doing a great job at it. You have your 2-time national champion. You've been 3 times, in the VP Academic Affairs on our role. So how do you balance both of those?
The hockey schedule is pretty long and tiring. So over my first 4 years, I had the option of balancing my schedule out. It's during the hockey season, which is mostly the first semester, that's when I have kind of an easier workload. And during the second semester, that's when I really pile it on to make sure I get all my homework. I mean, not my homework, my credits in so I can graduate on time.
Wow. So would you say, which would you say is more tasking, being an athlete or being a student?
I say, I don't know, maybe just be the student athlete for sure, because it's tough. You got to put in practice every day. You got games on the weekend, you got games in the weekdays sometimes, and then you got to balance your school and find time to do your homework for 5 or 6 classes, depending on how big of a workload you have.
Do you even experience any campus life? Because you just sound so busy right now.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't been on campus for probably about 3 weeks right now. Just because we've been gone and stuff like that. But I haven't been on campus nearly enough as I'd like to be. But I do show up to every event that I possibly can.
Cool. So what does the future look like for you, Connor? Because you're a grad student, are you leaning towards more hockey or are you leaning towards more sports management and stuff?
I am 100% going to take a year off of hockey. My body's beaten up. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I'm done for a bit, at least a year.
Yeah.
But I'm for surely going to go back to Saskatchewan, try to find some senior hockey so I can get paid and play hockey still. And then right after school's done, I guess just go home and find a job and start my life, unfortunately.
Cool. That's just perfect, So obviously you're doing a great job, about student life and academics and athletics kind of aspects. I would like to know what is one way you keep yourself inspired and motivated, and keep going through it all.
The number one way I find motivation is that hockey is a tough sport on parents.
Okay.
They from growing up, they've had to get you to the rink at 6 o'clock. They got to take time off work to drive you to tournaments mostly every weekend. So that's what really motivates me, is that my parents put me in a position to succeed. And I love them for that. They've been with me my whole life, pushing me when I needed to be pushed or I didn't want to push myself. So that's my motivation factor, is make my parents happy and proud.
Cool. So are your parents one of the reasons why you went into hockey? Or?
My dad grew up playing hockey. My mom was more of a basketball girl herself. And then my dad kind of quit at a little bit earlier age, and then from day one, he kind of pushed it on me. I don't want to say push it to overextend to so I'd get tired of it, but he definitely encouraged me to play a lot, and I already said, but one of the reasons I'm still playing.
Yeah, cool. What is one thing you would like to share about the Minot State hockey team?
I'm from the coaching staff down to the players, to whoever else is helping with the organization, whether it be the hockey boosters or volunteers. It is the best group of people possible. It's just a caring environment. You have the support from your coaches, like I already said, and teammates, and it's just like your big family. So it's unbelievable, and I love them all.
Oh, cool. See, I have one question. So I see you guys games in the arena,
Yeah.
and it is freezing cold. It is cold. How do you guys do that,
Well, when you're playing, you got about 30, 40 pounds of equipment on, so you're sweating pretty good. So I don't think the cold air bothers us too much.
Anyway, you're used to it, so yeah, I figure.
Kidding, I guess.
Yeah, so that's what we have for you today. Connor, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate you taking your time to be here today. And don't forget to get your Papa John's, guys. It's $7.99, okay? Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Inside the Dam podcast. KMSU is proud to partner with Minot State University Athletics and bring an inside look to student athletes and coaches on campus. Inside the Dam is brought to you by Papa John's. Don't forget to check out their MSU special. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We will be right back with our next guest. Thank you for tuning in to the Inside the Dam podcast. KMSU is proud to partner with Minot State University Athletics and bring an inside look to student athletes and coaches on campus. Inside the Dam is brought to you by Papa John's. Don't forget to check out their MSU special. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We thank Admir and the Papa John's crew for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. We will be right back with our next guest. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of the Inside the Dam podcast. Again, you are watching episode 15. Have a great show going on for you guys tonight. We want to thank Connor and Landyn from the men's hockey team for being such gracious guests and sharing us their experience and winning the ACHA men's title there for Division 1. I'm your third and final host of the night, Cole Clementich. Just want to give a quick shout out to Paul and Logan for helping out on the talent side of things tonight. So thank you guys as always. And we are here finally for the third segment of the show. Before we introduce our guest here, I want to remind you guys about Papa John's and what they have going on. They are the sponsor of the Inside of the Dam podcast, and they have an MSU special right now. You can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We want to thank Admir and the Papa John's crew, as always, for sponsoring the show. With that being said, folks, we are now here with our third guest. She's a senior catcher on the softball team. Courtney Chatburn joins us. Courtney, thank you for being here. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. So, as always, we are happy to have you on board here. So, a good start to the season for you yourself. It's 400 career hitter, and in your fourth year in the program, but you're hitting 9 for 20, a very good start at the plate. Just talk about a little bit how you've been feeling at the start of the new softball season.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely been a change for me this year. Haven't played much the past couple years due to injuries and stuff like that. So going in this year, I just wanted to give it my all and give it my best, and it's been working out really well, and just excited to see where it's going to take me.
Yeah, and talk about your journey a little bit. Like you mentioned, all the injuries, how were you able to overcome those? And, just kind of talk about the progress and even the process, grinding your way through some of that adversity.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I definitely would not have gone through it without my teammates and my parents and my coaches' support. They were always there to help me whenever I needed it, and they always helped keep me on track and keep me in a positive light. And there was nothing that I wanted more than to get healthy and play with my friends and my teammates again.
That's awesome. And we've had a bunch of the softball players on the past couple shows. So, they've been talking a lot of, positivity, even in, I guess, the dugout, positivity, just in and around the classroom. I've asked them, a couple of them, this question, how do you guys just keep a positive vibe on campus? Like, how do you guys, shed some light to, I guess, people around Minot State? And how do you guys, be sort of a positive influence on others?
Yeah, we definitely try to lead by example. When we're out in public, we try to be the best kind of people that we can be, say hi, say thank you. A really big thing on our team is saying thank you to one another, whether we're getting constructive criticism back about our swings or our fielding. We always want to tell each other thank you, because ultimately we all just want to help each other be the best players and people that we can be on and off the field.
No, that is always a good mindset to have, but for you in particular, like we mentioned, you're hitting really good so far at the start of the season. Talk about, what's really clicking for you right now at the plate and even behind the plate as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely for at the plate, it's going to sound a little weird, but I sing this one song by Coetzel. It's February 28th, and it just talks about going and getting Taco Bell. And that's all I think about when I'm at the plate is I just sing that song. And it just helps me stay relaxed and see the pitches that I want to see.
Were you in Minot last summer for his concert by chance?
I was not. I was back home in Arizona working. I really wanted to come up, but I needed to work.
Yeah, that was. I heard it was a good concert. So yeah, Wetzel definitely did a nice job there. We won't discuss the performing act before that, as that was a little bit troublesome. But yeah, so kind of talk a little bit. We'll go away from the softball diamond a little bit. Talk about campus life for you. What's that looking like? What do you see on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, my day-to-day, I am mostly in the science building. I am a chemistry major with a minor in Spanish. So most of my day I'm just in the science building, taking my chemistry courses, and then I'll have weights 2 times a week, and then it's practice every day unless we have games. It's pretty much it. Go home, hang with my roommates, do my homework, and yeah.
So do you try to talk to your teammates using Spanish at all? Do you try to interact with them like that?
I do not. I do that more with definitely my roommates. I have 2 Hispanic roommates, and so they always like to make fun of my accent because it's not very good, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a nice little combination there, a little bit of science and foreign language. How do you balance all that? That with softball as well. Like, how do you make such a nice combination like that? How are you able to mix it up a little bit from time to time and just be able to enjoy the most you can on campus?
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle sometimes being able to balance schoolwork and softball and social life. But I think for me, I just try to get what is the most important done first, usually my homework and schoolwork. And then it'll come to softball and then hanging out after. But luckily for me, my softball teammates are my best friends in the world. So just being at practice is me having my social life. But I definitely will go out and support the other teams with my teammates. We'll go watch volleyball and basketball, soccer, whatever sport is playing, we like to go and watch and hang out or go see the movies or something like that.
You just touched on it there. I mean, you guys are probably the most outgoing support group or team on campus, going to all these games, going to all the campus events. Like, how do you guys plan all this? Like, how do you just have the attitude and just the momentum, just to get out there, have fun? Like, how do you guys, again, keeping that positive, infectious energy around campus?
Yeah, I mean, we want nothing more than all teams on this campus to succeed, and we love being able to go and support our friends that are on these teams, and just everybody on these teams. We want to go support them. And if you give love, you get love back. So we're hoping that with everything that we've been able to do, we might be able to also draw a bigger crowd, because our games have not had very big crowds in the past. But with us going out this past year and going to more games and supporting, we have already gotten more support this year than I think we have in the past, which has just been like really great to see.
Besides softball, talk about some of the activities that you guys like to pursue. Any favorites that jump off the top of your head?
Let's see here. I would really just say we do a lot of team stuff together, or just hanging out and like doing movie nights with friends. We love to do that. Tailgating before the football games is always a favorite.
That's fun, yeah.
For sure with that. I say that's about it. Usually just quality time together.
No, that's good to have, good team bonding. That's always a healthy balance there, and we've referenced that a few times on some of the past shows as well. But, with your degree in chemistry, or I guess your major in chemistry, where do you hope to take that degree? Where do you see yourself a couple years down the line?
I definitely want to be in dental school. I would love to be able to go back to Arizona and work at a practice in my hometown and go from there, maybe own my own practice one day. That's why it's also really nice to have the minor in Spanish, because where I live, it would come in handy.
And going back to softball here for a little bit, you guys open up conference season against the University of Marion Marauders. How exciting is it now, especially them being the in-state rivals? And, how do you guys hope to or plan to attack this upcoming week with all the home games coming up?
Yeah, we're very excited to finally start conference. It's hard to go all year with so many practices just leading up to the last couple months of school. So the excitement is definitely there, and we're ready to come out hard. And our game plan is just to take each pitch one at a time, each inning one at a time, not look too far ahead, and focus on what we're doing in the moment to help us succeed. And we're just really excited to come out firing and hopefully walk away with 6 wins after this week.
Absolutely. Looking forward to those matchups this week. And I asked one of the girls, maybe a couple of them, but how has the new coaching staff, especially with head coach Bailey Gaspar, how has she been an impact for you in particular?
For me in particular, it's been amazing having these new coaches. Coach B has really been able to give me my confidence back after not being able to play for so long. Coach B and Coach Holly both were able to help me relax and just go out there and play a sport I love. I think overall with the team, they've just been great energy for us to have, and they're there and they want to help see us succeed, and we want to help also let them succeed, if that makes sense.
No, that's good. Yeah, always want to wish the best for everyone. Well, we're almost out of time here, but real quickly here, just kind of talking, of course, you are one of the seniors hoping to get your degree, just talk about, expectations for yourself in the classroom and especially on the diamond as well.
Yeah, so in the classroom, I used to get really, really hard on myself about my grades, and then coming here and being in such a hard major, I realized that I just have to try and do the best that I can. And if I set aside the time that I need to really put towards my education, then I will succeed as I have. So that's definitely how I would attack that side of it. And softball side, I just try to have as much fun as I can and not take anything for granted, because you never know when your last time is going to be playing. So every practice, every game, every time I'm in the weight room, it's always trying just to do my absolute best.
Absolutely. Anything else you'd like to mention? Are you guys playing indoors again, or is it going to be outside this time?
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of tough with the snow.
Yeah, we will be in the bubble tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be playing UMary, Duluth, and St. Cloud. So it'd just be awesome if we can get as many supporters out there to come watch us, and hope we can give you guys a good show.
Perfect. Best of luck to you guys this week and for the rest of the season. But Courtney, we are out of time. Thank you so much for being on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you guys heard it there from Courtney Chatburn, senior catcher on the MSU softball team here on the Minot State campus. And as always, we want to thank MSU Athletics for this great partnership, providing us with the guests to be able to produce some great content for you guys to tune in live each and every Monday night at 7:30. But that is going to do it for the Inside the Dam podcast. Before we get out of here, we just want to remind you guys, Papa John's and their MSU special. So they are the sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast, and you can get a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show a valid MSU ID. We want to thank Admir and the Papa John's crew, as always, for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. On behalf of Logan and Paul, I'm Cole, signing off on the Inside the Dam podcast. Another great show in the books. We will be back next week. So you guys have a good rest of your night and take care. Go check out some MSU softball games this week.